Stop saying Rizz and read a book. Instead, these are 5 books of boys that I think you might get something out of.
I know I'm taking something jokey and turning it a bit more serious. I promise, I know this. I know. You can tell me I'm fun at parties. I know. But still, I think that there's an important question to ask here, which is, why would we think that someone who says Rizz does not also read books? Well, for one, people don't always accept language change with wide open arms, right? As much as I would want them to, there's sometimes a bit of resistance there. And language that's used by young people and marginalized people, who are often the drivers of language change, is not always given the respect it deserves, right? Like, we have words like Rizz and skibidi toilet that are simultaneously associated with younger people, right? Gen Z and Gen Alpha, but also associated with this sort of brain rot vocabulary. And complaining about the so-called decline of the English language, or maybe brain rot, isn't really new, right? We have an example here from 2003 predicting that we shall communicate with a series of grunts. And we can go back centuries with stuff like this, right? Like, we have an example from 1889 about the limited vocabularies of high school students, right? People who might say Rizz or what the sigma today. And all the way back in 1785, we have complaints about the degeneration of the English language. But despite all of that, we're still here, right? We're still using English. It might look a little different just because language change is natural and inevitable, but it's just that. It's just different, right? You don't have to use it, but something like Rizz isn't inherently worse or a sign of intelligence or a sign of a lack of intellectual curiosity. It's just different.